Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys?
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband!
Wife!
Do you not remember where we're at because we're in the middle of Psalms?
I don't remember where we're at this time. But I'm trying real hard as we're sitting here, but I can't come up with what we talked about last time exactly.
Well, we had a Patreon episode between then and now.
Yeah,
too, so,
yeah.
And these aren't like a straight story. So
No, I know. But we did, did we finish? No, wait, are we finishing or did we finish the set of 6?
We are finishing those tonight.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we are doing Psalms 87, 88, and 89, which will conclude book 3 of the book of Psalms.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Well, let's go ahead and jump on in.
Okie dokie. Okay, so let's jump into Psalm 87.
Okay.
It is of the sons of Korah.
Okay.
It is a psalm, and it is a song.
Got it.
Okay?
To Psalm Songa.
It is. Yes. He has set his foundation on the holy mountain. The Lord loves the gates of Zion more than all the dwellings of Jacob.
Ah.
Glorious things are said of you, O city of God. Salah.
Salah.
I will record Rahab and Babylon, and I will get back to you on Rahab.
Okay. And his name rings a bell.
It should.
Yeah.
It should. Has to do with Jericho, and
okay.
She was the prostitute that let him in. But that's
yeah.
not the Rahab we're talking about here.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. Good on you for remembering, but you're wrong.
Got it.
Okay?
Yeah.
So I will record Rahab and Babylon among those who acknowledge me, Philistia too, and Tyre, along with Cush, and will say, this one was born in Zion. Indeed, of Zion it will be said, this one and that one were born in her, and the Most High himself will establish her.
I'm kind of lost here.
I have no fucking idea what's happening. Yeah, I don't know. The Lord will write in the register of the peoples, this one was born in Zion. Salah.
Wait, the Lord's gonna write in the register of the people? Is that like a? Is that like a what do you call those things
Peter's,
where they count people?
Oh, an abacus?
No, a census. Is that like a census type thing?
Sounds like, right?
The Lord's gonna do it though, huh?
Yep.
I'm just making a point
the
there.
Lord can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Okay.
It's fine.
All right.
As they make music, they will sing, all my fountains are in you.
What?
Yeah.
What?
City.
I'm
in.
Yeah, the fountains in the okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm very confused by that song.
I don't know about that either. But let's talk about Psalm 87 notes.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
This is the privileges of dwelling in Zion.
Okay.
And it starts, his foundation is in the holy mountains. Okay?
Uh-huh.
This psalm describes Jerusalem as the center of the world or the mother of nations where God placed the Torah. It is classified as one of the songs of Zion, song.
Yeah.
Songs, the singy songs of Zion.
Right.
Looking to the future Jerusalem as the center of universal worship.
Okay.
Now, let's talk about Rahab. Okay?
Yeah, let's talk about Rahab.
Not with regards to the prostitute that went against her king and allowed Joshua and his dudes to hide.
Right. Not that
attic.
Rahab.
Yeah,
right.
Different Rahab.
Okay.
Rahab in verse 4 of this psalm likely refers to the primeval monster quelled by Yahweh in ancient story, and here likely represents Egypt.
Oh, okay.
Rahab, translated as broad, large, or a vast space of land, or a spacious place, or a blusterer, is used in the Hebrew Bible to indicate pride or arrogance, a mystical sea monster, or as a poetic name for either Egypt or the sea.
Got it. Okay.
Rahab is also one of the Hebrew words for the abyss.
Ah.
Okay? Like
Okay.
capital A abyss. Like bad place.
Got it.
Okay?
Got it.
The deep
Funny
bad.
that a prostitute was named Rahab then.
Right?
Somewhat.
And
kind of.
before I realized that this was like a different Rahab, I was reading about her, and she's classified as one of the 4 most beautiful women and as an example of what conversion is supposed to be. You know, you're supposed to betray your entire city.
Oh.
You know?
Okay.
And that's why some Canaanites were allowed to
intermix.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Convert.
You just have to betray your entire people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and be beautiful. Don't forget to be beautiful.
You got to be beautiful.
Right. So Rahab, though, in this verse, takes the meaning of primeval, chaotic, multi-headed sea dragon or leviathan.
Got it.
Okay. The Babylonians told of a sky god, Marduk.
Marduk, huh?
And a sea goddess, Tiamat.
Okay.
Battling for supreme power over the other gods.
Mm-hmm.
And it has been speculated that these 2 characters in the Babylonian myth are parallel to the creation stories found in the biblical passages containing the name Rahab.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. So this is another, one of those.
So this is like some intermixing of old fable, old stories.
Yeah, yeah.
Which the Bible is one of. It just happened to fucking survive.
It's just neat that every once in a while we see the older ones.
Right. Yeah.
In medieval Jewish folklore, Rahab is a mythical.
A mythical?
Shut up! I stutter. Don't make fun of me. In medieval Jewish folklore, Rahab is a mythical sea monster, a dragon of the waters, the demonic angel of the sea.
Okay.
Rahab represents the primordial abyss, the water dragon of darkness and chaos.
Wow.
Who later became a particular demon, inhabitant of the sea, especially associated with the Red Sea.
Ah.
It's a poetical name for Egypt and might have Egyptian origins.
I feel like it's funny that we have specific demons inhabiting certain seas in the world.
Yeah.
According to biblical, mythical, lore.
Yeah. So is Loch Ness Monster a Rahab? And is Rahab a name or a thing? Like, are you a Rahab or are you Rahab?
Right. I feel like some of this stuff is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
That if people actually knew what they're basing their beliefs on, they wouldn't.
They couldn't.
They couldn't.
Right?
It's so absurd.
Yeah. The springs in verse 7 where it said, all my fountains are in you.
Yeah.
In some translations, it says springs instead of fountains.
Okay. So, yeah.
So those springs in verse 7 may symbolize divine blessing, placing Zion as the sources of the streams of paradise.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Still don't really know what that means other than it's so great there.
It's a really great place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Property value is real good.
Oh my gosh.
Some say it's godly.
Some.
Yeah.
Some. It has been said. All right. Now we're going to jump into Psalm 88. This is a song, and it is a psalm of the sons of Korah.
Got it.
It's for the director of music, according to Leonov. It's a maskil of He-Man the Ezrahite.
Good old He-Man.
Okay.
I hear he's the master of the universe.
He's close.
Yeah?
No.
But
he is awfully fucking smart. So
is he?
Maybe he is the master of the universe.
Right.
Well, him and what's the other guy's name? 89. Shoot.
Bang.
Bang. 87, 88. Where the fuck is 89?
It's down further past things that are... You lost 89?
I lost 89.
I mean, you're in 89 right there, so...
Oh, there it is. I couldn't see it because it started at the top. Ethan the Ezrahite is also smart.
Ah, okay. All right.
That's the guy I was looking for.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyway, we're reading 88. Then.
Right, we're reading
get to
88.
89 in a minute.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
O Lord, the God who saves me, day and night I cry out for you. Oh, I forgot to tell you. You need to get some tissues for this one.
Do I?
Yeah. This one's horribly sad. It's the saddest of all.
Ah.
Okay? It's the worst.
I'll try to, brace myself.
Brace yourself, hold your feelings, gird your loins, and, hold on to your butts.
Right.
That kind of thing.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So day and night, I cry out before you.
When do you sleep, man?
I don't. May my prayer come before you. Turn your ear to my cry. Huh? For my soul is full of trouble, and my life draws near the grave. I am counted among those who go down to the pit.
Oh, no. Not that.
I'm going to the pit, man.
Shit, man.
That's the pits. I am like a man without strength. I am set apart with the dead, like the slain who lie in the grave, whom you remember no more, who are cut off from your care.
This guy's got it bad.
He's lamenting and moaning.
Yeah.
Okay. You have put me in the lowest pit, in the darkest depths. Your wrath lies heavily upon me. You have overwhelmed me with all your waves. Salah.
Salah.
You have taken from me my closest friends. This sounds like Job wrote it. You have made me repulsive to them. Right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it sounds like a lot of the other Psalms, too, just a little bit more morose.
This one's only morose.
Got it.
Only
Good stuff.
sad.
Good stuff.
Yeah. I am confined and cannot escape. My eyes are dim with grief. I call to you, O Lord, every day. I spread out my hands to you. Do you show your wonders to the dead? Do those who are dead rise up and praise you? Salah. Is your love declared in the grave, your faithfulness in destruction? Are your wonders known in the place of darkness, or your righteous deeds in the lands of oblivion?
So this guy's like not getting any help from God.
He's dying.
Yeah.
But I cry to you for help, O Lord. In the morning my prayer comes before you. Why, O Lord, do you reject me and hide your face from me?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
From my youth I have been afflicted and close to death.
From his youth he's been afflicted and close. Damn.
Yeah, he's
been close to death his whole life.
He's led a miserable life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have suffered your terrors and am in despair. Your wrath has swept over me. Your terrors have destroyed me.
Man.
All day long they surround me like a flood. They have completely engulfed me.
I mean, they say that you have to do bad things to get that kind of shit. So, the fuck did you do, man?
Right?
Unless you're like a Job and he's doing some other test, but I mean, I don't know. I only know of one test, so.
Right? Ooh. You have taken my companions and loved ones from me. The darkness is my closest friend.
Man.
All right, ready?
I'm ready.
Psalm 88 notes. A prayer for mercy and deliverance from death. It starts, O Lord God of my salvation, I have cried day and night before thee. It was written by Heman the Ezrahite, who along with Ethan the Ezrahite, was a wise man from the time of or prior to King Solomon.
Right.
1 Kings chapter 4, verse 31 states that Solomon was, quote, wiser than all other men, wiser than Ethan the Ezrahite, Heman the Ezrahite, etc., a whole long list.
But they must have been pretty wise.
Yeah. They
to
were
be compared
super
to
smart.
Solomon.
Yeah, in the same breath.
Right.
Yeah. This psalm is often assumed to be a sick psalm. This psalm is
It's sick, man.
It's dope. It's sick. Though the disease which laid low the psalmist is never named. It could have been leprosy or some other unclean illness.
Sure.
Others, however, see, rather than a specific disease, a more general calamity. That tracks.
Okay.
This psalm stands alone among all the psalms for the unrelieved gloom and the hopeless sorrow of its tone.
Yeah, right?
It's the worst.
Yeah.
It's the pits.
I'm surprised it's in the Bible.
Right? It's just, it's now my favorite because it's just pure
It's
depression.
it's all shit, man.
Everything sucks. And I'm like, and how?
Yeah.
Yeah. Even the very saddest of the other Psalms and the Lamentations themselves, which, they're called Lamentations.
Right.
They contain some strains of hopefulness.
Right.
But here, all is merely darkness from
Some
open
might say
to
all
close.
is lost.
All is lost.
Yeah.
It has been described as, quote, a wintry landscape of unrelieved bleakness.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Like, I want that on my gravestone.
Do you? That's horrible.
I was a wintry landscape of unrelieved bleakness.
That's horrible.
I'm kidding, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, what I really want is, meh, she meant well. Or, she tried.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah.
This psalm in Hebrew, the last word is darkness.
Okay.
Now, the way we read it, it is the darkness is my closest friend.
Okay.
Which reminds me, of course, of hello, darkness, my old friend. But in this, in Hebrew, the last word is not friend, it's darkness.
Right, but it could have just been a rewording of how that's said, too. Like, my closest friend is darkness or something like that, you know?
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. All right, here we go. We're going to start Psalm 89, and it's the final one of Book 3.
Okay.
But it's a bit lengthy.
It is.
It's 2 columns worth.
I see that.
Yeah. So, I got to gear up for, I got to get my breath together.
Yep.
Try not to stutter. Try not to read things backwards.
I mean, it is what it is, man.
I know. I'm just doing my best over here. Okay, this is a Maskil of Ethan the Ezrahite. So this is the other smarty.
Right.
Okay. I will sing of the Lord's great love forever. With my mouth, I will make your faithfulness known through all generations.
This guy already sounds better spirits than He-Man.
He's using his mouth.
Go God, man.
Go God. I will declare that your love stands firm forever, that you established your faithfulness in heaven itself. You said, I've made a covenant with my chosen one. I have sworn to David, my servant, I will establish your line forever and make your throne firm through all generations. Salah.
Salah.
The heavens praise your wonders, O Lord, your faithfulness too, in the assembly of the holy ones. For who in the skies above can compare with the Lord? Who is like the Lord among the heavenly beings?
They ask that question a lot. And I'm like, obviously, if you guys believe in God, then nobody is.
Right.
Why are you even asking the fucking question?
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. Who's like you? Nobody's like you.
Right.
Go God.
Right.
Like, it's total cheerleading.
It's not a hard question if God is the only God.
Right. In the council of the holy ones, God is greatly feared, 'cause you say so.
Yeah.
He is more awesome than all who surround him. O Lord God Almighty, who is like you? You are mighty, O Lord, and your faithfulness surrounds you.
Okay.
You rule over the surging sea. When its waves mount up, you still them. You crushed Rahab, that monster that we talked about?
Okay.
Like one of the slain. With your strong arm, you scattered your enemies.
I bet it was his right arm.
I bet it was.
Yeah.
I bet it was. The heavens are yours, and yours also the earth. You founded the world and all that is in it. You created the north and the south. I wonder if he also created the east and the west.
Probably.
It doesn't say so I'm not
I
sure.
don't know.
I'm just not sure. Tabor and Hermon, sing for joy at your name. Your arm is endued with power. Your hand is strong. Your right hand exalted.
There it is. There's the right hand.
There's the right hand. It's exalted.
Yeah.
Okay? Righteousness and justice are the foundation of your throne. Love and faithfulness go before you. Blessed are those who have learned to acclaim you, who walk in the light of your presence, O Lord. They rejoice in your name all day long. They exult in your righteousness, for you are their glory and strength, and by your favor you exalt our horn.
Because the horn for,
You remember the horns are...
Right, but I thought all the bad people had the horns at this point or something.
Not yet.
And then they were going to get them back at some other indeterminate point in time or something.
I think it's one of those, like...
Sometimes they got the horns, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't.
Exactly.
Right.
I feel like chocolate. I'm going to get ice cream after this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Indeed, our shield belongs to the Lord, our King, to the Holy One of Israel.
Okay.
Once you spoke in a vision to your faithful people, you said, I have bestowed strength on a warrior. I have exalted a young man from among the people. I have found David my servant. With my sacred oil I have anointed him. Yeah, you did. My hand will sustain him. Surely my arm will strengthen him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will. Yeah. No enemy will subject him to tribute. No wicked man will oppress him. I will crush his foes before him.
That's nice of him. He let the last guy just suffer his whole life, so glad he's helping this guy.
And strike down his adversaries. My faithful love will be with him, and through my name his horn will be exalted.
Good old horn.
Love me some horn. I will set his hand over the sea, his right hand over the rivers. He will call out to me, "You're my Father, my God, the rock, my Savior."
Yeah, they sure do if you take Psalms as...
Yeah. Refuge, refuge, refuge.
Right.
I will also appoint him my firstborn, the most exalted of the kings of the earth. I will maintain my love to him forever, and my covenant with him will never fail.
He's talking about David right now, right?
I don't
Or who's he talking about? Israel or...
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I can never tell when I'm reading these.
All right.
Who's talking and
I lost track because there's just too much like fluffy love God shit.
There's also a lot of like rolling thunder and
that's not rolling thunder, that's fireworks. That's
but it sounds like rolling thunder, and there was rolling thunder earlier today.
There was, yeah.
So they are intermingled.
But that was like a like you guys probably didn't hear it on the podcast, but it was just like a cascade of like just continuous fireworks in the background here when we were doing our podcast.
Happy 4th of July. Right. I will maintain my love to him forever, and my covenant with him will not fail, blah, blah, blah. I will establish his line forever, his throne as long as the heavens endure.
You know, these remind me, it almost, Psalm sounds like, is it Elvira or Elmira from Looney Tunes?
Elmira. I'll hold you and love you and squeeze you forever.
That's who I am imagining reading Psalms.
Yeah.
Because it's just a lot of like, I love you. You're great. You're awesome. You're my rock. I love you. Squeeze you. Hi. I love you.
Squee.
Yeah. And that's who I imagine reading it.
It's Elmira.
Yeah.
You're right. If his sons forsake my law and do not follow my statutes, if they violate my decrees and fail to keep my commands, I will punish their sin with the rod, their iniquity with flogging. I'm going to get him.
Yeah.
But I will not take my love from him. So I'm going to love him even as I beat the fuck out of him.
Right. Yeah.
Nor will I ever betray my faithfulness. So I'm going to beat him up and be like, I love you, God damn it. I love you. Behave.
Right.
Yeah. That's how love works, you guys.
Yeah.
I will not violate my covenant or alter what my lips have uttered. Once for all, I have sworn by my holiness, and I will not lie to David, that his line will continue forever.
See, it is David he's talking about.
Yeah, God is talking to David in this.
Right.
Got it. And his throne endure before me like the sun. It will be established forever like the moon, the faithful witness in the sky.
Until you punish him in that last chapter, Salah. Yeah. But that last chapter of David's, reign.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, and also he was complete shit, and I punished him because he's fucking trash.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Come again?
Yes. You got it. You understand.
Right.
Yeah. He's constant, except for he's not.
Right, yeah.
But you have rejected, you have spurned, you have been very angry with your anointed one. You have renounced the covenant with your servant. You have defiled his crown in the dust. You have broken through all his walls and reduced his strongholds to ruins. All who pass by have plundered him. He has become the scorn of his neighbors. You have exalted the right hand of his foes. You have made all his enemies rejoice. You have turned back the edge of his sword. You have not supported him in battle. You have put an end to his splendor and cast his throne to the ground.
Damn.
You have cut short the days of his youth. You have covered him with a mantle of shame, Salah.
Those damn mantles of shame, Salah.
You did bad stuff, Salah. Oh, here we go. Ready?
I'm ready.
How long, O Lord?
How long?
Will you hide yourself forever? How long will your wrath...
The answer is yes.
Yeah. How long will your wrath burn like fire? Remember how fleeting is my life. For what futility you have created all men. What man can live and not see death or save himself from the power of the grave? Salah.
Nobody can save themselves from the grave. We all die.
We all die.
I mean, that's just a scientific fact.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I mean,
It is.
why do they question it? Why do they say, like, that's one of my biggest hangups with Christianity and religion in general.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to escape death.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, just accept it and you'd be a lot better off.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a thing. It's going to happen.
You're going to die.
Yeah.
My friend. You'll be done.
Just
The
hope
end.
it's not a shitty end, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it
hope
is what
it's
it
not
is.
a painful death.
Right.
You know? Yeah. Oh Lord, where is your former great love, which in your faithfulness you swore to David? Remember, Lord, how your servant has been mocked, how I bear in my heart the taunts of all the nations, the taunts with which your enemies have mocked, O Lord, with which they have mocked every step of your anointed one.
They get really bent out of shape about people mocking them.
They get so upset.
I mean, it's like...
Call me bald.
Right? Like...
Praise be to the Lord forever. Amen and amen.
Oh, amen and amen.
And that is the end of book 3 of the Book of Psalms.
All right, just 2 more to go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there are 5.
Right.
Not 3 and not 4.
But before we move on to the next one, we got some notes on...
We got some notes on Psalm 89.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is God's covenant with David and starts, I will sing of the mercies of the Lord forever. It's written by Ethan the Ezrahite, who along with Heman the Ezrahite from the previous one, was a wise man from the time of or prior to King Solomon.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
This psalm is sometimes referred to as a covenant psalm because it's making a promise.
Yeah.
The closing verse is the benediction by which the 3rd book is brought to a close. If you'll remember, the other 2 books of Psalms ended with amen and amen.
Right. Right.
I did not realize this. It was not part of the original psalm.
Huh.
Right?
Okay. Interesting.
Them's my notes.
Those are your notes.
Them's my notes on those their psalms.
Okay. So that was Psalms chapters 87 through 89 and also the end of book 3 of Psalms.
Yes.
So we will be back tomorrow with...
Wait, tomorrow is the
4th of July.
Tomorrow is Tuesday, the 4th of July.
We're going to be doing our live episode tomorrow.
Yes,
and
on
even though it's the
Discord.
4th of July, we are still doing a live episode. So anybody that's not doing fireworks tomorrow or not in the U.S., come join us on Discord at 10 p.m. Eastern. And the links are always in the show notes. So.
Yes, they are. We will be doing, hypothetically, Psalms 90, 91, and 92.
Yep.
Unless I find some reason that I have to separate them and go shorter or longer.
Right, right. All right. Well, that's all we got for now. So we will see you tomorrow.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
Husband.
Wife.
Do you not know where we are? Because we're in Psalms.
Well, we just finished book 3 of Psalms.
We did.
And we're heading into book 4.
We are.
And there's probably going to be some Psalms.
There are.
Which says things about God.
They do.
So that's where we're at.
We are.
So what are we going over today?
Yeah, we are starting book 4 of the Book of Psalms. And we are doing Psalms 90, 91, and 92.
Awesome. Let's go do this.
Okie dokie. Okay, so book 4 of the Book of Psalms.
Okay.
With Psalm 90 to set us off.
All right. Sounds good.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Psalm 90 is a prayer of Moses, the man of God.
Moses, huh?
Moses. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have a little bit of notes about that later.
All right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Lord, you have been our dwelling place throughout all generations. Before the mountains were born, or you brought forth the earth and the world, from everlasting to everlasting, you are God.
I've heard that before.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You turn men back to dust, saying, return to dust, O sons of men, for 1,000 years in your sight are like a day that has just gone by, or like a watch in the night. You sweep men away in the sleep of death. They are like the new grass in the morning. Though in the morning it springs up new, by evening it is dry and withered. Meaning you're born, and then you grow old, and then you die.
Right, right.
And you go back to the earth that you came from.
Dust to dust.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ashes to ashes.
Right.
Mm-hmm. We are consumed by your anger. Yeah, we are. And terrified by your indignation. Yeah, we are. You have set our iniquities before you, our secret sins in the light of your presence. All our days pass away under your wrath. We finish our years with a moan. The length of our days is 70 years.
70?
Yeah.
What?
We only live 70 years.
Where did this come from? Because they were like 900 years at first. And then God was like, hey, now it's going to be the most is 120.
Hang on.
Okay, I'm holding.
The length of our days is 70 years, or 80 if we have the strength.
Okay. It says that. But not 120 like...
No.
Okay.
Yet their span is but trouble right here in River City and sorrow. For they quickly pass and we fly away.
Yeah.
I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away. Do you know that one?
I do.
When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I got it.
Okay. I just wondered if you were ever going to, like...
Chime in?
Yeah.
No, I was not going to chime in.
Are you, like, abso-fucking-lutely not?
I mean, just not that time.
Not ever.
I've sung a couple things throughout.
But not the churchy ones.
I mean, I like that one because it's in, what's that show called? The movie called,
I was thinking Little House on the Prairie.
No, it's got,
No, that's the one where they go, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves. That one?
Yeah, no. It's got
Oh, Brother,
George.
Where Art Thou?
Yes, that's the one.
How did I know that?
Because I hemmed and hawed enough that you finally like pulled it out of my brain for me.
I thought you were going to say out of your ass.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Is that really in that one?
It is.
I'm trying to think. I don't remember when that one is.
I think it's when
it's not the main one. Because that's the Man of Constant Sorrow. Is
right, yeah. No, but it's definitely in that movie.
Okay, well, we'll find it and put it in the show notes.
Okay.
We are consumed by your anger and terrified. Oh, no, I already read that. We're scared and then we die, blah, blah, blah. Who knows the power of your anger? We all do.
I mean, I read about it. It's pretty shitty.
Yeah. For your wrath is as great as the fear that is due you.
Isn't there fear because he's so wrathful?
I was going to say wrathy, but
due.
No.
I don't know about being due.
Right.
He just is a dick.
Right. Yeah. I tend to be afraid of like guys with guns.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I guess that's the fear is due them as well because they have weapons.
Guns. Yeah.
But
like somebody walks in with a gun and I'm like, I don't know if you're a good guy with a gun, a bad guy with a gun, just a random off-duty cop, a security officer with like some kind of like gun mentality. I don't know who you are, but I am afraid.
I am very off-put by people that choose to walk into retail establishments brandishing a fucking weapon on their side.
Like, I want out.
Yeah,
I see that and I'm like, I can't shop
be
now.
Around you.
Bye.
Right.
I don't know what you are except a person with a gun.
Right.
And I just don't need to be around that. Like, at this point, with as many mass shootings as there are, I can only assume that you plan to shoot somebody with that gun that you're carrying.
I'm going to caveat this. There was just literally a mass shooting tonight in Philadelphia.
As we're recording this.
Well, a couple of hours prior to us recording this. So, and yeah, so I would tiptoe around it, except for that it seems to happen pretty much every day now.
Yeah, it's no longer like one of those bad timing because like they're every night.
Yeah, it's
how do you bad timing a mass shooting that happens every fucking night?
It's becoming a reality for the U.S. instead of
the norm.
Right.
It is now the norm.
Yeah. Mass
shootings have been normalized to the point that we no longer have to be like, oh, that was bad timing. Apologies and
right.
My heart is with those people.
Oh, for sure.
All the people who have been in mass shootings today and yesterday and last week and all of them. I see a gun and I want out. I just want out.
Beyond tragic at this point, and the people promoting it by carrying their weapons around with them it is wrong to me. It's not acceptable.
It's not acceptable, and I don't understand the mentality. I can't fathom the mentality. I really can't.
Right.
And I know that there are those out there who are like, well, I'm a safe one. I'll have guns and they're safe. And it's like, that's great, but I don't see you walking into Walmart with them.
Right.
So you're fine. Obviously, I'm not fucking talking about you.
And are you safe if I start talking about, transgender and gay rights and...
like, what's your line? You have a gun, so what's your line?
Right. And if I don't like Trump, maybe, are you still going to be safe?
Right.
Like, what I'm being serious. Like that, I don't know.
Or even the opposite. Like, maybe you're quote unquote on my team, right? Like, are you gonna go shoot a Nazi? Because that's not acceptable either. Like,
we shouldn't be shooting anybody.
Right. Let's just not shoot. And I'm saying this as somebody who was very much promoting punch a Nazi.
Right.
Right. But
and just to caveat too, you were also in the military.
Yeah.
I was in the Boy Scouts, which we both shot guns early on in our lives.
Yeah.
So we know about guns and gun safety and the whole 9 yards.
And we live in the country where people have guns and they go hunting and it's the normal thing.
Yeah.
And so, again, if you're not walking into fucking stores, I'm not really talking about you, but I could be talking about you because do you really need all those fucking guns? Do you?
Right.
I don't think you do, my good sir, and my good ma'am as well, and all the ones in between.
Sure.
Although I've noticed that gun owners tend to be very binary. Generally speaking. Yes, I'm being very stereotypy, but this is me on my rant.
Right.
So anyway, but back to the stupid Bible here. Oy, oy, oy. Who knows the power of your anger? We all do. For your wrath is as great as the fear that is due you. Yes, it is. Your wrath is big and we are afeared. Teach us to number our days aright, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. I've got about all the wisdom I fucking need from this God. I can tell you that much.
I don't see much wisdom coming from him.
As far as I can tell, he's a child and I have more wisdom than he.
Right. That's how I view it.
Yeah.
So.
That is my arrogant sitting in my living room in my pajamas voice talking.
I think it's correct though.
I think it's correct also.
Based on what we've been reading.
Yes, based on what we have gleaned from this great book.
Yeah.
Great being in big giant quotation marks and doing some very heavy lifting.
I definitely would vote you God or myself God before I would vote this God.
And that's terrifying because I would not vote for either of us as God. I would vote our cat as God.
Who would you vote for God?
A cat.
A cat?
A cat.
What about Morgan Freeman?
No.
No, not Morgan Freeman?
No, I love his voice, but I don't know who he is as a person.
I just feel like the voice, and he seems like a genuinely nice person.
But I don't know him. I'm not going to put him on a pedestal.
And he's played God before.
He has, but I am not putting celebrities on pedestals and assuming, I know you're not supposed to meet your heroes because they'll let you down, but that's exactly what I'm assuming. If I meet my hero, I make them God, they will let me down.
What about Bill Murray?
No, I've heard that he's sexist.
Oh, really?
I love him to death. He's the number one comedian, but I've heard complaints about him from women.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that those are true, and I hate to be like a gossip monger. I don't fucking know him. He makes me laugh all the time.
Right.
I love his old movies,
yeah.
You know? He's funny. He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
But no, I would not make him God.
Okay.
There's just about nobody I know that I would make God.
Well, yeah. No, I mean, but I'm just saying if we had to have one, who would be at the top of that ranker?
Well, it goes back to if you're good, you can't be great. And if you're great, you can't be good. So.
Right.
You know? That
George Clooney?
No.
No. Okay.
I mean, I'm sure he's a nice fella, but I don't know him.
Right.
I know that he tends to be progressive, but he's real quiet about
Michelle Obama.
Okay, now you're hitting me where it hurts because you know what? That could be my first consideration.
Okay.
I would consider her for
I'm just trying to find somebody, you know.
And you know what? She would even fit but she wouldn't want to be.
Right.
And that even makes it kind of more enticing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I would consider Michelle Obama.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. We've
got a consideration for Michelle Obama.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Teach us our number, blah, blah, blah. Relent, O Lord, how long will it be? How long? They ask that in every single song.
Yeah, apparently 70 or 80 years.
How long you gonna be pissed, bruh? Have compassion on your servants. He's not known for that.
No.
Satisfy us in the morning with your unfailing love.
Oh man, unfailing.
I would like me some of that satisfaction in the morning. You know what I consider a satisfying morning?
What's that?
That coffee that I make.
That is some good shit you make.
I've been
that
making
cold brew, the French press thing.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I gotta admit, that is some of the best stuff I've had.
I've been making French press iced coffee, and I didn't make it the last couple days because you have to make it the night before and let it sit.
Right.
And yeah, I miss it. That's a satisfying morning to me.
It is.
And a bowl of oatmeal with it.
Yeah.
I love a bowl of oatmeal and some French press iced brew coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Satisfy us in the morning with your unfailing love, that we may sing for joy and be glad all our days. Make us glad for as many days as you have afflicted us. My life is an affliction. Living is an affliction.
Right.
Living is just
Or are they
virus.
saying give us just as many good days as you gave us bad days?
I don't know. That was a firework, not a gunshot.
In case it came through the podcast, yeah.
Your Jesus reaction.
Yeah, sorry. It was. I mean, it was really fucking loud.
Oh my gosh! Last night or the night before, we were standing out there, and it went off right as we came outside.
Yeah.
And I kind of shrieked because I wasn't expecting it because it was so quiet, and then it just came out of nowhere. And like out here, it sounds like a fucking gunshot, and so I did shriek, and you were like, "Babe," because like my shriek was kind of loud.
Yeah.
And so like I kind of had an anxiety attack and had to run back into the house.
Right. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it wasn't your fault. It's just, man, I'll be glad when the 4th is done.
Right.
For as many years as we have seen trouble right here in River City, may your deeds be shown to your servants, your splendor to their children. May the favor of the Lord our God rest upon us. Establish the work of our hands for us. Yes. Establish the work of our hands.
Establish it.
I'm established. Are you?
I'm sure.
All right, let's get into these notes.
Yeah.
Okay, we spent so long ranting that my phone locked, so I gotta unlock my phone. Here we go. Okay, Psalm 90 notes.
Okay.
This is God's eternity and man's transitoriness.
Okay.
Because our life
God
here
is eternal and humans
we're transitory.
Fucking die.
Yeah, our life here is but short.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be a snap. I can't snap right-handed. There we go. Okay, I could do it left-handed. Okay, anyway, this one starts, Lord, thou hast been our dwelling place in all generations. This is the opening psalm of Book 4 of the Psalms.
It sure is.
It is believed that verse 10, let me see, what was verse 10? It was, the length of our days is 70 years, or 80 if we have the strength.
Okay.
Blah, 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 blah. In the King James version, it's 80 years and 10, or if by reason of strength, 80 years. Okay.
Okay.
So it is believed that verse 10 was the influence for the opening words of
7 years ago.
Yeah. What is that?
Gettysburg Address.
Yes, Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. And that's my full notes on that.
Or 4 not 4 scores.
80 years and 10 is the verse, but
right. I was correcting how I said.
Yeah.
I pluralized it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. So
Sorry.
Yes, you had that correct.
Right.
Yes, good on you. That's all my notes for Psalm 90.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Got it.
Shorten.
Yep.
All right. Now, Psalm 91 is very short, but my notes are lengthy. So
okay.
Hold on to your butts.
I'm holding on to something.
He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge, and my fortress.
Yeah.
My God in whom I trust. I'm going to add one more that's not in here. He's a rock. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence.
Oh man, I hate those deadly pestilences.
It gets better.
That He usually sends.
I know, right? He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge.
Okay.
His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. You will not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday.
Damn.
1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand.
Jesus.
But it will not come near you.
Yeah.
You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. If you make the Most High your dwelling, even the Lord who is my refuge, then no harm will befall you. No disaster will come near your tent, for he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their hands so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. You will tread upon the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent. Because he loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. He will call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation.
This bothers me because they're saying that God will save you if you are righteous, if you are good and you believe. You know,
you just got to call his name. What?
Right. But how many children die awfully? How many people that are truly religious die awfully? Right. I mean,
what, did they not pray to your liking that day?
Right.
Fuck you.
How many really good people die all the time? I mean, there's no, you have the ability to save people and you don't.
Because they didn't pray good that day.
It's fucked up is what it is.
If that is true, then you are a shit.
Yeah. No,
clearly it's not true, but if it is, you're a shit.
I agree.
So let's go into my Psalm 91 notes.
Your lengthy Psalm 91 notes.
Yes. This one is abiding in the shadow of the Almighty. Okay. And it starts, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High. Secret place. As a psalm of protection, Psalm 91 is commonly invoked in times of hardship. Okay. Though no author is mentioned in the Hebrew text of this psalm, Jewish tradition ascribes it to Moses.
Okay. All right.
On the day he completed the building of the tabernacle in the desert, according to the Midrash.
Got it.
With David compiling it in his book of Psalms.
I see.
Okay? But there are other Midrashes, some Midrashim, if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
I'm sure.
Okay. That teach that Moses composed this psalm while ascending into the cloud, hovering over Mount Sinai, at which time he recited these words as protection from the angels of destruction. Okay. So who fucking knows?
The angels of destruction. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because they were there up in that cloud. We just didn't know about it.
Right.
Till right now.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And what's that based on?
I have no fucking clue.
They just now told us it. That's what. The Talmud records opinions calling this psalm the, quote, Song of Evil Spirits and the, quote, Song of Plagues for, quote, one who recites it with faith in God will be helped by him in time of danger. Okay?
So that's why people die. They didn't recite this.
They didn't recite Psalm 91.
I see. So that's the entire problem right there.
If we just knew.
Right.
Now we know.
Yeah.
Okay? So we're going to frame this, right?
Well, we have to believe too, which that's not going to happen. So,
since early days, this psalm was recited to drive away demons and evil spirits.
There's goddamn demons all over the place. I try to keep them away by turning off the porch light, but they just keep coming back to it.
You're confusing those with moths and mosquitoes.
Oh yeah, shit.
According to Midrash, the psalm references many types of demons that threaten man, including the terror and arrow and pestilence and destruction.
These sound like not demons, but things that, are common problems that they dealt with. Yeah.
The psalm was written inside amulets by both Jews and Christians from the late antique period. So they would like write it on little like scrolly papers and then like put it inside amulets to keep them safe from demons and bad luck.
I see.
According to the Talmud, verse 7, let's see, what is 7? We are consumed by your... Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Sorry. 7. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 by your right hand, but it will not come near you.
Mm-hmm.
So 1,000 shall fall at your side, etc.
Yeah.
Is a reference to the demons which would perish upon recitation of this psalm.
Oh.
So you say it and 10,000 gonna die.
Killing some demons.
All them demons. Yeah.
Man, we should.
So just now when I said that, boom, 10,000 died.
Yeah.
What's up?
Right.
That's me. I'm a demon slayer. Did you see what I just did?
But you also have to believe.
It didn't say that. It just said I recite it and they die. And I recited it.
Twice.
I'm a demon slayer.
You did it twice.
I said the whole thing and then I said the verse.
Right. So like you killed like 20,000 right there.
Yeah. I'm a demon slayer.
We're going to be good.
I want demon slayer on my gravestone.
There you go. See?
Because I'm a demon
You think you could
slayer.
put that on your resume?
Fuck yeah, I could. Would it get me hired is the question. So, okay, perish upon blah, 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 blah. In the same vein, Psalm 91 was included as one of the 4 psalms against demons. The other 3 psalms being unknown.
Oh.
Which are thought to have been used for exorcisms.
Oh.
So they recite this in movies a lot.
This is like an exorcist.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, totally a demon killer. Boom.
Wow.
That's what I am.
Go you.
Right?
Yeah.
You still want to marry me now?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're a demon killer.
Now I'm hot. Modern day Christians see the psalm as a source of comfort and protection, even in times of suffering. Psalm 91 is often recited as a prayer for protection. Some say it before embarking on a journey.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Psalm 91 is recited during several traditional Jewish prayers and ceremonies, and in many of them, verse 16, which I will say in a minute, is said twice in order to complete the spelling of a name of God.
Oh.
So what is 16? It's the last one. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation.
I see.
That's God's name somewhere in there in Hebrew.
Somewhere in there.
In Hebrew.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. It's one of his names.
Got it.
He's got so many names.
He does. Lots of names.
Yeah. Psalm 91 is recited 7 times during a burial ceremony. As the casket bearers approach the grave, they stop every few feet repeating the psalm, but only if the dead dude is a dude. Okay.
Oh, okay.
In the case of the burial of a woman, the casket bearers they don't stop the procession. But they do repeat the psalm 7 times, but they don't bother stopping. Fuck her. She just got a vagina. Who the fuck cares about her? She just bears children. Who the fuck cares? Dirty vagina ass nasty bitch. Stop for her. I ain't stopping for her.
Just get her in the fucking ground.
Can I tell you that I hate men without being a horrible human being?
No, I'm good with that.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
Okay. Verses 11 and 12. Let's see. For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their hands so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. Okay, so those ones.
Yeah.
They're quoted by the devil during the temptation of Christ in Matthew and Luke, which obviously those are New Testament books that we haven't got to yet.
Right, right.
And let me just tell you, that was a little bit of a spoiler for me because I did not know that the devil spoke in the New Testament.
Either, yeah.
Like, sorry to disappoint anybody who just assumed I knew that.
Right.
But I didn't.
I thought the devil was just kind of like an idea that's in the book. Yeah, that's all I ever really knew.
Right, me too.
So,
well, apparently he's an actual being that says words in the New Testament.
I love it.
I'm
love it.
Really excited about this now. Yeah. So we have that to look forward to.
That's amazing.
Not just a devil, but a devil who's actually going to speak some words.
Right, right.
Damn. So, I mean, are we mad about that spoiler?
No.
Psalm 91. See, I'm still going.
Yeah, you're still going.
Almost done. Psalm 91 is known as the soldier's psalm or soldier's prayer, and camouflage bandanas imprinted with the psalm are often distributed to U.S. troops. And I got to tell you something. Even though I'm not religious, and even though I probably would have found it silly, I am offended that I did not get one. Like, now that I know that some people got these. Like,
they're probably for, like, frontline or, people that are on the actual battlefield.
Okay. Well, I'm still offended.
Okay.
I was left out.
All right.
You know, it's not that I wanted to go to your party, but you damn better invite me.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Last thing. Ready?
I'm ready.
Sinead O'Connor, the Jerry Garcia Band, Madonna, and many others quote or reference Psalm 91 in their music. Like, it's just like there was a whole list. Those were the ones at the top.
Gotcha.
And I have to say, like, I was like, Jerry Garcia Band? That's actually separate from the Grateful Dead. I had no idea. Like, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't, I guess, know that either, really.
Well, apparently Jerry Garcia had his own separate band from
He went
the Grateful
solo?
Dead.
Ish.
He had a separate band. He had two bands.
Interesting.
And they coexisted. Like, it wasn't like one stopped and then the other started. Grateful Dead came first from what I saw, and then the Jerry Garcia Band came towards the end of the Grateful Dead.
Got it.
Stuff happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, they coincided for a bit.
Interesting.
Yeah. He died in 95. Like, I knew he died, obviously.
Right.
But I didn't realize, like, I thought he was, like, dead in the 70s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I just didn't know. Because I was so late to music. You know what I mean? In my mind, it's kind of like how on purpose Republicans will show only black and white pictures of MLK so that it seems like it's a long time ago, rather than like, no, this was in your lifetime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or right before your lifetime, and definitely prevalent in your parents' lifetime. Right. Depending on your age, right?
Yeah.
So that's the way music is for me a lot of times, where it seems long ago when it's current, or current when it's long ago. Like, I have no frame of reference, and time is wonky enough for me. Like, I have no concept of the passage of time.
Right.
So that just, I'm trying to think like where I was in 95. Like, I already was graduated from high school, had a child, and was in the army by then.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So it's just like, oh, I didn't realize that.
Well, and you weren't really big into music back then.
I wasn't.
So
I wasn't until about 95.
Right, right.
Yeah. So that's just, I don't know. Threw me for a loop. None of the rest did. The exorcism and the devil talking. I was like, okay, yeah, okay.
Right.
Like, I can get all that. Jerry Garcia had two bands and he died in 95.
That's what got
That's what tripped me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Last one here. Let's do Psalm 92.
Yep.
This is a psalm because it is also a song. Okay.
Got it.
And again, for those jumping on board just now, the reason that I'm saying those that way is so that you can differentiate the two terms in this audio format, because sometimes pronunciation is hard to grasp. So it's a psalm, but it is also a song, and it's for the Sabbath day.
The Sabbath day.
The Sabbath.
Don't pick up sticks that day.
Don't. You will get smote as fuck.
Right?
Yeah. It is good to praise the Lord and make music to your name, O Most High, to proclaim your love in the morning and your faithfulness at night, to the music of the 10-stringed lyre and the melody of the harp. Do you like him in a box? Do you like him with socks? For you make me glad by your deeds, O Lord. I sing for you at the works of your hands. How great are your works, O Lord! How profound your thoughts! The senseless man does not know. Fools do not understand that though the wicked spring up like grass and all evildoers flourish, they will be forever destroyed.
Oh, man.
The thing is that I already assume I'll be forever destroyed, and I'm just okay with that.
Right, right.
You're going to be destroyed. Uh-huh.
Just like everybody else.
Yep.
Yeah. The only difference is you believe you're going to some fucking magical, mystical place.
Right.
So
and so you treat me like shit.
I just don't believe that.
Right.
That's all.
So you're like it's like you're saying, you're going to eat a chocolate bar. And I'm like, I sure am. You know?
Right.
Like, you're telling me words that are a threat that I already accept in my heart that's fine.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, I lost my place. I'm forever destroyed. But you, O Lord, are exalted forever. For surely your enemies, O Lord, surely your enemies will perish.
Surely.
Surely. Don't call me Shirley. All evildoers will be scattered. splattered, covered.
That's scattered, smothered, covered.
Say it again.
Scattered, smothered, covered. That's how I get mine
And
when I
then
go to Waffle House.
capped
You know.
and what are
Yeah, there's
they?
other ones. There's capped and diced, and I can't remember what the rest of them. I can't remember if there's other ones, but
We're reading off the
Waffle House menu
Waffle
for
House
hash
egg
browns.
menu. Oh yeah,
Hash
not
browns.
eggs, hash browns. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, off topic completely.
Okay.
What is your favorite dish at Waffle House?
It's hash browns, like without fail.
Right. I would have said that up until the last couple of years. I like just on a lark. I have waffles.
They are damn good.
because you have. I was
I
like,
had never had a waffle there until I tried your waffle.
until you tried my waffle, right? Because I was like, how many times have we eaten at Waffle House and I've never had a waffle? And I was like, that's stupid. And so I was like, I'm getting a fucking
Waffle House.
Yeah. And I was like, I'll never go back.
Right. It was good. It is good.
That's what I get, like, without fail.
Yeah.
Every time now, 100%.
It is damn good.
Yeah.
Their coffee is shit.
I don't care for their coffee.
But I'll drink it.
I will tell you that I like their coffee better than Bob Evans. I hate Bob Evans' coffee.
Right.
And Perkins. Not a fan. Not a fan.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So, highly recommend the waffles at Waffle House. And then only hardly barely second to that is definitely their hash browns, which you can get any number of ways.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Evildoers are scattered. Got it. You have exalted my horn like that of a wild ox. Fine oils have been poured upon me. Yeah, they have. My eyes have seen the defeat of my adversaries. My ears have heard the rout of my wicked foes.
Okay.
You rout your enemies, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so rout. Okay. The righteous will flourish like a palm tree. They will grow like a cedar of Lebanon. Planted in the house of the Lord, they will flourish in the courts of our God. They will still bear fruit in old age. They will stay fresh and green, proclaiming, the Lord is upright. He is my rock. And there is no wickedness in him.
None.
Except for
that wickedness that he has.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the last one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Psalm 92 notes.
Okay.
This is a praise for the Lord's goodness. And it starts, it is a good thing to give thanks unto the Lord. Okay.
Yeah.
According to the Midrash, Psalm 92, sorry about that. Psalm 92 was said by Adam.
What?
Adam was created on a Friday.
On a Friday, huh?
Uh-huh. Because, the first day of the week, right? Like, and God rested on the Sabbath. Right?
Okay, sure.
The first day was...
Yeah. No, I
right.
got you.
You get it? So
yeah,
he was created on Friday. So he said this psalm on the onset of the Sabbath, which was, Friday night.
Yeah.
Right? Makes sense.
Right.
And since this was Adam's first day of existence, he was marveling at the work of the Creator.
I see.
And they just decided that happened.
Okay.
I don't know where they got that.
Yeah, because they definitely didn't... He didn't write it down.
No.
That didn't happen. I mean, the world drowned between...
Yeah.
Then and now.
Right.
According to the Bible, so...
But, I mean, some of his kiddos did survive. Like, they got on that ship, so maybe he passed down
Wait,
those
what do you mean
words.
his kiddos? That was way after his kids.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, his whatevers, right? Like, Noah is descended from Adam,
I call
right?
bullshit.
I mean, so do I, totally.
They did not bring... There's no way Adam's words survived fucking anything.
No.
Right?
At all.
I'm just saying.
No.
But I do like the story of the giant, whatever his name was,
Og of
Bashan, riding the waves basically to survive. That was pretty good.
I need to read more stories about
I know, like that's the kind of shit that I really want to dive down into. Like
I know.
Like I want to find more of these like folklore tales from the Bible and stuff.
That's what we were really hoping to find in the Jewish book that we're reading for book club.
But we didn't.
I know. But I mean, they're still cool. It's interesting. We're learning a lot of history, and a lot of times they weirdly coincide with what we're reading.
Right.
Which they have no business doing whatsoever.
Yeah.
And then they just do. Like, what we just read about that guy in book club. What?
We did.
Yeah. And that keeps happening. So, I mean, I don't regret that we're reading this book. It's just not what I had in mind, is all.
Right.
Yeah. So that's all.
Yep. So you got anything else for us as far as this Psalms or anything?
No, but I got to get 91 printed out and put above my bed. So every day I can
kill some demons.
Yeah, be a dragon.
Yeah.
Be a demon slayer.
Yeah, damn straight.
Mm-hmm.
Them demons.
Yeah, I got to get me a sword and a shield and some boots. Yeah. Did you know you married such a badass?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was sweet.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to be like, no, I had absolutely no idea my wife was such a badass.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Wow.
You probably slayed some demons before you read that.
Why do you say that?
Because you can be a real bitch sometimes.
Okay, that's true.
I'm
I'll take
saying,
that. I'll take that. Yeah. I will.
Right.
I will take that.
I meant that in the nicest way, of course.
Of course, affectionately.
Right.
Kind of like you're an arrogant prick. Affectionately.
I most definitely am.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. And I love you.
I love you.
And I'm glad that we're married.
I'm glad that we're married as well.
Aw. Okay,
all right.
bye.
Bye.
Husband.
Wife.
Do you not remember where we're at? Because we are in the middle of fireworks in Ohio. And
they probably can't hear it. They can't hear it because I listened to the podcast today.
Okay.
And we were referencing some really loud fireworks last night.
And they didn't
show up on the podcast. Like couldn't hear them on the podcast.
Well, that's good. But if you do hear them, it's not gunfire.
No, yeah.
But it sounds like
we're safe here. We're safe, I think. Unless fireworks come through our window, but
we'll see.
That'll probably show up on the podcast.
I was in the bathroom and some of the fireworks went off and the windows rattled.
Oh, yeah.
So that's fun.
That is fun.
Yeah.
Before we get, I don't remember where we are.
Okay.
But before we get into where we're going today,
yes,
I do want to share something. So we have a new patron that I would like to recognize today.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and their name is Jessica R.
Jessica R. Thank you.
Yeah, and just a little tidbit. They've only been listening for a few days before they signed up on Patreon.
Okay.
And they're already they're already part of the way through Exodus.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They're like binging it.
Yeah, busting through it.
Yeah.
Because those are not short episodes.
No, because that's back when we were doing multiple longer
like 3
episodes.
chapters in one or something.
Yeah, those were like hour-long episodes or more sometimes.
Wow. Impressive. Tip of the hat to you, friend.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome. We're so happy to have you. And as we say every time, it never gets old. Like, we're just so taken away with people that are supporting us because it's just never something that we really... It's expected, I guess. I don't know.
It's not
this was just a thing for us to jot down our journey with reading the Bible, and it turned into so much more. So
the fact that anybody is listening to us, work our way through this is amazing in and of itself. But then we get people that actually are excited and want to support us, and that's just like. I still can't wrap my mind around it. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Jessica.
So appreciate it.
Yeah, it's great. I never know how to transition either.
Would like to be like Jessica.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you would like to donate and help us out, you can go to patreon.com /Sacrilegious Discourse with levels starting as low as $2 a month, which is less than 7 cents a day.
It is.
And every little bit helps us out.
It does.
More than you could know.
Indeed.
All right. So that being said, what are we getting into today?
We are doing Psalms 93, 94, and 95.
Awesome. Well, let's go do this.
Okie dokie. Okay, so now I am jumping into Psalm 93.
Okay.
And it's a baby one.
A baby one.
Such a baby.
Yeah.
It's so small that there's not even a superscript.
No, okay.
No.
All right.
Who wrote it? Is it a music? We don't know. We don't know.
Jesus.
Oh my God. Holy shit.
I think our neighbor's house just blew up.
That was terrifying.
That was fucking horrible.
That sounded like explosion.
Sorry for the live commentary on fireworks, but Jesus Christ, that was loud.
That was not like the normal fireworks, which had been just...
I felt shock waves.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounded like an explosion, not
right?
a firework.
Yeah. Maybe like I don't know.
Oh, my anxiety. Okay. Psalm 93. Here we go. The Lord reigns. He is robed in majesty. The Lord is robed.
He's robed in majesty.
In majesty. That's right. And is armed with strength.
Okay.
The world is firmly established. It cannot be moved, except for when he moves it.
Okay.
Right?
I guess.
But
I mean,
so the world, moved.
It can't be moved except for that it's moving constantly.
Right, but it can't be.
But it can't be moved. Okay.
That's what true believers believe. It can't be moved.
Okay.
Because it says so in that one psalm right
there. In that Bible.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Your throne was established long ago in a galaxy far, far away. You are from all eternity.
All eternity, not just some of eternity.
Right.
But all of it.
John Green wrote something, I think it was The Fault in Our Stars, in that book.
Yeah.
He said, some infinities are bigger than others. And that has always stuck with me. Because if you think about it, like, you can keep cutting down smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller into infinity, right?
Sure.
But every time you cut it in half, it's
still smaller.
It's still smaller.
Right.
They're both infinity.
So some infinities are smaller.
Yeah. Like, it blew my mind and felt so, like, spiritual almost. Like, wow.
But how can that's all. But how could infinity be
It's
smaller?
Immeasurable, but still.
Yeah.
But still.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that.
I don't either. I liked it.
Right.
I just like John Green. What
can
I say?
Yeah.
Okay, the seas have lifted up, O Lord. The seas have lifted up their voice. This sounds like a song. The seas have lifted up their pounding waves. Mightier than the thunder of the great waters. Mightier than the breakers of the sea. The Lord on high. What is he?
I don't know.
He's mighty. That's what he is.
Got
He's
it.
mighty.
Okay.
Your statutes stand firm. Holiness adorns your house. For endless days, O Lord.
Endless days.
Yep. Infinity again. Oh, wow. Sorry, I put this down on your computer.
Yeah.
Wow, we're just a mess tonight.
Well, I think
What's happening? Okay, sorry. All right.
Maybe take next year's 4th of July off.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
Because I'm just like, what? Huh? What? All right. Psalm 93 notes.
Yeah.
This is the majesty of the Lord. And it's also called On the Day Before the Sabbath When the Earth Was Founded, a psalm of thanksgiving to or for David.
Oh, okay.
I'll get into that in a minute.
Sure.
Okay. It starts, the Lord reigneth. He is clothed in majesty.
Yeah.
He put on his panties.
I guess.
They were majestic.
Right.
This is the first of a series of psalms through 99. We're in 93 right now.
Yeah.
Which are called royal psalms as they praise God as king.
Okay.
Kingly God. Okay?
Got it, yeah.
The two main themes of Psalm 93 are God's kingship and a connection with Friday, the 6th day of the week.
Got it.
Okay?
Yeah.
Psalm 93 also hints to the future Messianic age, Messiah type thing.
Right.
When the entire world will acknowledge God as king.
So
Are we there yet?
No. But no. I mean, even today, after 2,000 years plus after the Messianic age, we still don't not everybody recognizes God as whatever the fuck he wants us to recognize him as.
These people, they're like, yeah, we do, and America is Godland.
Yeah, some of them, yeah.
But I'm like, it's not, though.
Right. I mean, it's becoming less and less, actually. And
I know.
I saw an article that said by 2070 that there will no longer be a religious majority.
Shut up.
Yeah. Or no longer be a Christian majority, at least.
Oh, to live that long and see that. Right?
I know, right? I think I'll probably be dead by then, but still.
Yeah.
Maybe we could just help expedite it,
that would be amazing.
Let's get there a little quicker.
That would be amazing.
If we get Trump, if Trump gets in office again, that might help expedite it a little bit, actually. I think that kind of pushed us down the rabbit hole the first time with people leaving religion.
Yeah, letting the churches help burn it down themselves.
Well, yeah, the hypocrisy that shines through with those moments is
where they don't even pretend anymore.
Right.
Yeah. In Hebrew, this psalm contains 45 words, which is the gematria, something. Gematria. I'm going to say it's that.
Just go with it.
It's the numerical value of the word atom. Okay?
Okay.
So 45 words, and that number is of the same as the word atom in Hebrew, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So it takes a lot of letters to spell Adam in Hebrew, apparently.
Sure. Adam was created on the 6th day of creation and went on to proclaim God as king. Okay?
Did he? I didn't read that bit.
I didn't read that bit either, but we're going to say he did because the Psalm said so.
Yeah, Psalm says so. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Psalm 93 was also designated as the song of the day for Friday to be sung by the Levites in the temple in Jerusalem.
What's that one girl? She'd probably be pissed off. Friday, Friday.
Gotta get down on Friday. Rebecca Black.
Rebecca Black, that's right, yeah.
Party and yeah. And then she redid the song recently. Oh, who did she do it with? Oh, I forget, but it was one of those YouTube stars. Ali Spagnola, I want to say her name is.
I've actually heard the name.
I've showed you her.
Okay.
She rewrites like this song in the style of that artist. And so she geared up with Rebecca Black, and they redid the song Friday, and they did it in like a 1920s style.
Yeah.
With like dancing and stuff. Oh my God, it was amazing. Highly recommend.
Right.
I hope I remember that we want to put that in the show notes because I think everybody should hear it.
We hardly ever remember to put the stuff we say.
Know.
We're going to put in show notes in the show notes.
I know.
We suck at that.
We really do. We need a producer.
We really do.
We do. For just
Anybody
such
work
moments.
for like real fucking cheap?
Close to free, if not free.
No, free.
Free.
Definitely free.
Free. Yeah. Or else send us a note.
Maybe we could feed you mac and cheese.
Oh, I could do that.
Once
Ramen.
a week. Once a week.
Ramen,
yeah. Ramen. We could do
macaroni once a week, ramen twice a week.
Yeah.
I can do that.
And all the water you want. Yeah.
So anyway, the song was sung by the Levites in the temple in Jerusalem, like every Friday.
Yep.
And this tradition continues today in the regular Friday morning prayer service in Judaism.
Interesting.
Yeah. And Psalm 93 is said as a prayer for success in a court case.
Oh.
If only I'd known.
Just so specific. It's like,
right?
For success in a court case.
Like, remember the one that was like, will save you from wild dogs.
Right, yeah. Like, and there's one for demon killing. And I'm like, what the fuck is all this shit?
Don't forget to say your magic spell.
I need a list for what all these psalms are for, like.
Magic spells.
Yeah, they're
right?
basically.
I mean, that's what they are. They're magic spells.
It's starting to seem that way, yes.
It has seemed that way for quite some time.
I know, but it's I don't know. That's just weird.
It seems like insulting to say that's like a magic spell. But then when you get down to it, how is it different from a magic spell?
Right.
Yeah. Like, what? They're just words that you say and you chant them or you sing them or you, light them on fire and dance naked in the
right.
full moon and,
yeah.
Like, where does one stop and the other start?
Yeah.
All right. Psalm 94.
Okay.
O Lord, the God who avenges, O God who avenges, shine forth. Rise up, O judge of the earth, pay back to the proud what they deserve. How long will the wicked, O Lord, how long will the wicked be jubilant? Jubilant?
Jubilant.
Juicy fruit. What? Oh, Jeremiah. They pour out arrogant words. All the evildoers are full of boasting. They crush your people, O Lord. They oppress your inheritance. They slay the widow and the alien. They do. They murder the fatherless.
God damn it.
Why would you murder the fatherless?
I don't know.
Why is it the child's fault that they didn't have a father?
Well, is this God doing it? I thought he was saying the bad people, the evil people would do it. Yeah.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Right.
I got confused because sometimes the Christians and the Jews do that too, depending on what chapter we're in.
I can see how you made the mistake, yes.
Right. They say the Lord does not see. The God of Jacob pays no heed. I think that's a fair assumption.
I mean, yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
right? Like
I think
what?
kind of the same thing.
I would be like, what?
Right.
WHUT.
Yeah.
What?
It's much of the same questions I have.
Uh-huh. Take heed, you senseless ones among the people, you Fools! When will you become wise? Does he who implanted the ear not hear? Does he who formed the eye not see? Does he who disciplines nations not punish? Does he who teaches man lack knowledge? The Lord knows the thoughts of man. He knows that they are futile. Resistance also is futile. Blessed is the man you discipline, O Lord. The man you teach from your law, you grant him relief from days of trouble, till a pit is dug for the wicked. Them's the pits again.
Okay.
For the Lord will not reject his people. He will never forsake his inheritance.
That's not true. He rejects them all the fucking time.
And he does forsake his inheritance all the time.
Right.
Judgment will again be founded on righteousness, and all the upright in heart will follow it. Who will rise up for me against the wicked? Not it.
Right, yeah.
Nose goes. Who will take a stand for me against evildoers?
No, but you know what? If you're going to rise up against the wicked, quote unquote, right? Do it because they're wicked, not because you're scared of God.
Right.
You know, you should fight evil because it's evil, not because you're scared.
Exactly.
I mean, I guess fighting somebody because you're scared is also a good reason, but not because you're scared of something else.
We literally just watched an episode of Star Trek The Next Generation, and young Will Riker did not stand up to his captain. He made the wrong choice. And 12 years later, this time he did stand up to that same guy who's now an admiral.
Yeah.
And he made the right choice.
He did.
And he didn't just blindly obey him because he's like the god or the chain of command.
Right.
You know, he didn't just do blind obedience. He used his little brain.
Yeah.
His little pea brain. What? Okay, I like Riker.
Yeah.
I like him because he steps over chairs one-legged. And I like him because he does this weird...
He definitely man-spreads.
He man-spreads hard. And like when he goes up and talks to Data at the console, he props up that
puts
one
his
leg.
balls in Data's face.
Like Data has to like turn sideways and it's like, oh, hi, Riker's balls. Yeah. Okay, sorry. That was an update on Star Trek The Next Generation. Okay, anyway, who will rise up against the wicked? Who will take a stand for me against evildoers? Unless the Lord had given me help, I would soon have dwelt in the silence of death. When I said, my foot is slipping, your love, O Lord, supported me. When anxiety was great within me, your consolation brought joy to my soul.
That's all we needed tonight was God's love, apparently, to make it through the fireworks and all the anxiety with it.
I had a lot of anxiety, but I was not feeling God's love.
No love.
I mean, granted, I wasn't asking for it, but I feel like that should be a free thing. So I shouldn't have to ask for a God to love me. I shouldn't. Love me or don't.
It's his thing, though. Like that's the claim is his thing. You do have to like.
But I shouldn't have to, so I'm not gonna.
Right.
I respect myself.
Yeah.
I deserve a better God. Sorry.
I totally, if
there's going to be one, it ain't going to be that one. Cause I reject that one.
He's a dick.
He's a dick. Can a corrupt throne be allied with you? One that brings on miseries by its decrees? They band together against the righteous and condemn the innocent to death. But the Lord has become my fortress and my God, the rock in whom I take refuge.
There it is. Fortress, rock, and refuge. Right in a row.
Right in a row.
Damn.
Good call. Like, I was spaced out over it. Like, I didn't catch it. Any of the three.
Right.
Good on you. The Lord has become my fortress, fortress, fortress. And my God, the rock, 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 in which I take refuge, refuge, refuge. Good job. He will repay them for their sins and destroy them for their wickedness. The Lord our God, what's he going to do?
I don't know.
Destroy him.
Destroy. Yeah, destroy.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
That's what he's going to do.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Yep.
So that was Psalm 94. Let's get into Psalm 94 notes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
This is a prayer for vengeance. Yeah. Get them.
Just anytime you start, it's a prayer for vengeance. Like
right?
That's not a good thing.
That is
generally
not
speaking
what I want to associate with Christianity.
Right. Like, well, I mean, I don't.
Or spiritualism, or goodness.
If I were to think of Christianity in a good light,
right,
it would not include things like vengeance, which seem to be very prevalent in the Old Testament. and in things people like. Psalms is very popular with Christians,
which I don't get.
So
I don't get.
Apparently, they like vengeance. I don't know.
Well, yeah, they do. They want to kill you and dance in.
Well,
I did finally listen to the damage report from yesterday, last night, and they were interviewing the one crowd of Trump supporters, and one of them had said, yeah, he could literally shoot somebody and I would still vote for him. That's fine. And so then they took that question and ran with it and started asking other people.
And everybody was like, yeah,
everybody
it's cool.
Across the board was like, well, yeah, of course I would still support him.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm just like, but that's not how it
it's
works.
Fucking murder, guys.
That's not Christianity. That's not American.
Right.
That's not like, what are you?
They don't give a fuck.
No, I know. But there it is.
Yep.
And they would love to dance in the blood of people, you know?
Trump supporters to that Christian group. Mm-hmm. Like, I guess we can call them a Christian group. I don't really know what they are.
I don't know what they are.
But I think they call themselves Christians anyway. Mm-hmm. They're very...
nasty.
Well,
bloodthirsty.
Yeah.
Cruel.
They're
horrible
They're
people.
cruel. Yes.
Uh-huh. And they think it's funny.
Right.
I mean, they laugh at people with handicaps or disabled.
Yeah.
You know, I don't get it. They're mean.
Right.
Okay, so this is a prayer for vengeance, and it starts, O Lord God, to whom vengeance belongeth. This psalm is referred to as one of the royal psalms. Israeli historian, this is so interesting, that I had to go into a little bit of a rabbit hole. Okay. So Israeli historian Dina Porat titled her book about the Nakam group, which sought revenge against the Holocaust. She wrote a book that was about this.
Yeah.
Vengeance and Retribution Are Mine, to express her belief that humans should leave revenge for God.
Okay.
Like, it's not ours. We're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
And that's, part of God's thing is vengeance and retribution are mine, not yours. So stop it.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, okay, I'm sorry, who are you again? And what is a Nakam group? And what? Okay, so Nakam in Hebrew is revenge. And it was a paramilitary organization of about 50 Holocaust survivors who, after 1945, sought revenge for the murder of 6 million Jews during the Holocaust.
This reminds me of the show Hunters.
Mm-hmm. It does. I'm wondering if maybe that's where they got their inspiration.
Yeah.
So that group was led by Abba Kovner.
Okay.
And the group sought to kill 6 million German people in a form of indiscriminate revenge, as in a nation for a nation.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, this really makes me uncomfortable, and I can see why they're angry and hurt, and I can even see why they're asking what they're asking, but
more
clearly
violence is never the answer.
Right. Revenge and retribution and vengeance are not decent things. But I get their point, right?
Yeah.
So Kovner went to Mandatory Palestine in order to secure large quantities of poison to infect water mains to kill large numbers of Germans.
Damn.
His followers infiltrated the water system of Nuremberg. However, Kovner was arrested upon arrival in the British zone of occupied Germany and had to throw the poison overboard. Following this failure, the Nakam group turned their attention to, quote, Plan B, targeting prisoners of war held by the United States military in the American zone.
Okay.
They obtained arsenic locally and infiltrated the bakeries that supplied these prison camps.
Damn.
They were like, we are going to get our vengeance.
Right.
The conspirators poisoned 3,000 loaves of bread at this bakery, and I'm going to do my best, but it's like a really long word because it's German, okay?
Sure.
It's Konsumgenossenschaftbäckerei.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It means consumer cooperative bakery.
Okay. All right.
So anyway, it was this German bakery outside of the prison that, supplied bread for the prisoners.
Sure.
Okay. In Nuremberg. And this sickened more than 2,000 German prisoners of war at Langwasser internment camp. Yeah. However, no known deaths can be attributed to the group. And although Nakam is considered by some to have been a terrorist organization, German public prosecutors dismissed a case against 2 of its members in the year 2000 due to, quote, unusual circumstances. So they let them off because, like me,
right.
they were like, we understand.
We don't really want to you guys, right.
We killed your people. We understand why you would want to kill us back. And in trying to put this behind us, we are going to not prosecute you for this crime and call it a fucking draw.
And you guys somehow managed not to kill anybody, so let's just drop it, shall we?
Thought, I mean, this was in the year 2000 that happened.
Yeah.
That 2 of them were dismissed. The cases were dismissed.
Yeah, yeah.
So, not, distant history, you know?
Right.
So, anyway, that was the rabbit hole I went down with that. I thought that was so interesting.
Yeah.
The beginning of verse 15. Let's see. Where is verse 15? It says, judgment will again be founded on righteousness, and all the upright in heart will follow it. So that verse is quoted at the Peace Tower Monument in Ottawa, a Canadian landmark.
Okay.
Okay?
Sure.
And that's it.
Okay.
Okay? And then we get into Psalm 95.
All right.
And this is going to be real short.
Got it.
Okay?
Yeah.
Come, let us sing for joy to the Lord. Let us shout aloud to the rock of our salvation. Let us come before him with thanksgiving and extol him with music and song. Fa la la, la 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 la.
Okay.
For the Lord is the great God, the great King above all gods. But in his hand are the depths of the earth, and the mountain peaks belong to him. The sea is his, for he made it, and his hands formed the dry land. Come, let us bow down and worship. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker, for he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture, the flock under his care. Today, if you hear his voice, do not harden your hearts as you did at Meribah, as you did that day at Massah in the desert, where your fathers tested and tried me, though they had seen what I did. For 40 years I was angry with that generation. I said, they are a people whose hearts go astray, and they have not known my ways. So I declared on oath in my anger, they shall never enter my rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So that happened.
Right.
So Psalm 95 notes, this is a song of praise and worship, and it starts, "O come, let us sing unto the Lord."
Right.
This is a hymn psalm, as well as one of the royal psalms, because it, sings about God as king or kingly godness or whatever.
Right.
And, I wrote notes about that. Hymns are songs of praise for God's work in creation or history, and the royal psalms deal with the spiritual role of kings in the worship of Yahweh.
Okay.
Okay, last note. Ready?
I'm ready.
Psalm 95 identifies no author, but it is generally attributed to David. The end.
Okay.
That's all.
Along with most psalms.
Yeah, right?
So,
except for the ones where it's specifically this other person.
Right.
The sons of Korah or Asaph.
Or Adam.
Or Adam that one
time. That one threw me off. I'm like, what? Or
Moses.
Yeah.
There was a Moses, the man of God.
But Moses is easier to digest than Adam. Adam was like, what?
I know.
The fuck, man?
No, he didn't.
Right?
No, he didn't.
That's just
Get
weird.
the fuck out.
So weird.
Yeah, so that's done.
Yeah. All right. So that was our Psalms for today, which was
93, 94, and 95.
Right. And
Do you know why I remembered it was 93, 94, and 95?
Why?
Because I graduated in 93.
You did.
Yeah.
I didn't.
No, you did not. You were a child. When did you graduate?
96.
God damn, you were a baby. I feel so much older than you, but really, I'm 3 school years ahead of you, but I'm only 1.5 years older than you.
Right.
Is that how that works?
Something like 1.5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then if we go with life.
You're smarter.
Life.
Yeah. You're smarter.
I might be older.
You're more experienced. You do more. You're better. You're taller. You're stronger. You do all the things. You're the breadwinner. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
it evens out.
I guess.
It doesn't even out. The only thing I get to say is I was born first.
No. You do a lot. You do a lot. You do a good job.
I kept that kitchen
try
good
real
and
hard.
clean today. I do.
You try real hard. You mean well.
I mean well.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Aw. You remembered. I love you.
I love you.
Okay.
And on that note, we are done with our Psalms for today.
We are.
And we will be back tomorrow with...
Hopefully sans fireworks.
Yes.
96, 97, and 98.
All right. We'll see you guys then.
Yep. Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you not remember where we are because we're in Psalms?
I don't really. I think we did. Yeah, we did Psalms yesterday. we did some things. We read some Psalms.
We had a live one yesterday.
We did. We were on Discord yesterday, and y'all need to join us there because it's so much fun.
It is so much fun.
Tuesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern. And I had somebody reach out to me today, and we need to talk about this because we have some fans overseas.
Oh, okay.
And they don't have, they can't get to us as easily.
Oh.
And I had somebody reach out to us from England, and they were like, "Hey, it's like 3 a.m. when you do that.
Oh shit!
So maybe we should like try to do one once a month or something for like our overseas friends.
Okay, yeah,
at a different time. Just try to squeeze one in for them or something.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm on board with that.
Yeah,
the request was made.
But get your ass over to Discord.
Yeah,
like the link's down there. Just do it.
And now that we know that there are others who are like, we would if we could. Now we will make it to where you can.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
So that being said, what Psalms are we getting into today?
We are doing 4 today.
Oh shit, we're doing 4.
4. They're short ones. 96, 97, 98, and 99. Because they finish up the quote-unquote royal ones.
Yeah, they're a royal pain in the ass is what they are.
They all are.
Yeah.
Whether they're classified as such or not. That's a fact, Jack. Right.
All right. You ready to go get into these Psalms?
I sure as hell am.
Let's do this.
Okie dokie. Alrighty. So we are hopping into Psalm 96.
All right.
There's no supratext.
No supratext, huh?
Okay. Sing to the Lord a new song.
I don't want to. Wait.
Do it.
Okay.
Sing to the Lord all the earth. Sing to the Lord, praise his name.
How do you tell all the earth to sing to the Lord when they don't even know that all the earth exists yet?
Because they're saying all the earth that we're aware of, all y'all.
Right. Okay.
They're saying as far whatever we know.
Yeah. Which isn't a whole fucking lot.
Right. Praise his name. Proclaim his salvation day after day. Declare his glory among the nations, his marvelous deeds among all peoples.
Marvelous.
Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and far away.
It's
you
just,
know that
you know,
song?
I do. I'm not familiar with much about it other than it exists.
It reminded me of it.
Gotcha.
Go on.
I was going to say, you know, people always talk about his marvelous deeds and these things that he does and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah, we've read the Bible and I'm aware of things that they say he's done.
Right.
Right?
Right.
But there is literally not a single instance that I can point to that has occurred in my lifetime on this planet that I could point to as, yeah, God did that.
Right.
Not one.
Not one.
And for that matter, I don't know of anybody in, you know, much of recorded history that I'm aware of, other than the Bible, that could point to, yeah, God did that.
Right.
Not fucking one.
No.
You know, and if you read historical text outside of the biblical thinking side of things, God just doesn't enter into a whole lot of the things that happened.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's only if you're stuck in this book and somebody telling you that the world revolves around this book that this book suddenly becomes the most important goddamn thing on the planet.
So to speak.
I'm just saying,
yeah.
like, it bothers me, like,
right.
because I listen to other podcasts sometimes, and so like one of them is like a history one, and it just occurred to me that they were talking about like Roman times and things like that, right? They don't talk about this as God did this, God did that. There's no God in there.
Right.
It's just fucking history.
Right.
And wars happened, and people died, and people lived, and whatever. But God, no, not there.
Right.
Still not here.
Right.
Sorry, just went off there a little bit.
That was a little bit of a rant.
It was. I apologize.
Well,
I mean,
gonna read
I don't
Psalms
apologize
now.
that much.
No,
but you know,
don't. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Sure. For great is the Lord and most worthy of praise. He is to be feared above all gods. Because there's a lot of them, you know.
Yeah.
For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens. Splendor and majesty are before him. Strength and glory are in his sanctuary.
Do you think the people that worship the quote-unquote idols think that their gods are just statues?
No.
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 They view them as just idols because they are representations of gods. But like the people that are worshiping those gods, they actually believe their gods did stuff, not just sat there being a statue.
Right.
I mean, that's a dumb way to refer to other gods. Like, just because you don't believe doesn't mean that all they are is a statue. They have a whole fucking, mythological history as well as you.
Right. And it's just as silly as yours is.
Right. Sometimes more, sometimes less.
I would say oftentimes less, if I'm being honest.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Ascribe to the Lord, O families of nations. Ascribe to the Lord glory and strength. Ascribe to the Lord the glory due his name. Bring an offering and come into his courts. Worship the Lord in the splendor of his holiness. Tremble before him, all the earth. Be afraid. Don't forget to be afraid.
Yeah, you got to be afraid.
Say among the nations, the Lord reigns. The world is firmly established. It cannot be moved, except for that one time he claims to have moved it.
Right.
He will judge the peoples with equity. No, he doesn't.
Not so much.
He doesn't.
Not so much.
Let the heavens rejoice. Let the earth be glad. Let the sea resound and all that is in it. Let the fields be jubilant and everything in them. Then all the trees of the forest will sing for joy. They will sing before the Lord, for he comes. He comes to judge the earth. He comes. Yeah, he does. He will judge the world in righteousness and the peoples in his truth.
It's just a bunch of rambling bullshit is all this is.
SEO.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, so Psalm 96 notes. This is a song of praise. It starts, sing a new song unto the Lord. Now, the Septuagint, which is the Greek translation, says that it starts when the house was being built after the captivity.
Okay. All right.
So, and that's kind of important. I'll get to that in a minute.
Sure.
Normally, I don't provide alternate
Greek,
translations of how it starts.
Right.
Psalm 96 is a hymn and one of the royal psalms praising God as the king of his people.
Got it.
According to Rabbi David Kimhi, who is a medieval rabbi, biblical commentator, philosopher, and grammarian, so you know I'm a fan, this psalm was composed by David when he brought the Ark of the Covenant up to Jerusalem. And in this story, Psalm 96 was sung before the Ark every day until the time the temple was constructed and the Ark was moved into it.
I see.
So this is one of them songs.
Okay. Yeah.
However, many scholars associate the newness of the song with the deliverance of Israel from Babylonian captivity. So they're like, nah, it's not that old.
Got it.
It's a little bit newer.
Okay. All right.
In Baptist ministry, Psalm 96 is a missionary hymn. So this is one that they sing when they go abroad. Yeah.
Right.
It is specifically paired with Psalm 95, which describes Israel's hard-heartedness toward God in the desert. Like, remember, that was like the everything sucks and you're trash.
Right.
Christian scholars assert that Israel employed that same hard-heartedness to reject Jesus as the Messiah. So now the Christians have the task of declaring the gospel to the world. And so evangelicals interpret verses 10 through 13 specifically as instructions of what to say for those who preach the gospel. So 10 to 13 was, say among the nations, the Lord reigns, blah, blah, blah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Judaism, Psalm 96 is recited to increase joy among family members.
There we go. There's another spell for you.
Magic spells.
Magic spells.
Yep.
They should call this spells, not psalms.
I'm calling them magic spells.
Right.
Okay. Psalm 97. The Lord reigns. Again, no super text
to
tell us
He's still reigning.
He's still reigning.
Yeah.
Let the earth be glad. Let the distant shores rejoice. Clouds and thick darkness surround him, kind of like when a volcano erupts.
Yeah.
Righteousness and justice are the foundation of his throne. Fire goes before him, kind of like when a volcano erupts.
Right, yeah.
And consumes his foes on every side. His lightning lights up the world. The earth sees and trembles. Kind of like
it sounds like
volcano.
Volcano or weather patterns,
Yeah. The mountains melt like wax before the Lord, Lord of all the earth. Climate change, hush thy mouth. We don't speak of such. The heavens proclaim his righteousness, and all the people see his glory. All who worship images are put to shame. Those who boast in idols, worship him, all you gods.
It's funny to me that they always talk about these idols, right? And we've talked about this before in past books. But Christians really have idols that they have. I mean, for God's sakes, they wear them around their neck.
The book itself is an idol.
Right. When you pull your cross up and kiss it, you're worshiping a fucking idol.
Yeah. The American flag is an idol for many.
It's not representative of a god, though.
For many, it is. For many of them, the two are very entwined, God and country.
Right, right.
Like, the way that they feel about the American flag is part of their religion, and they have ascribed a great power to it. Therefore, it is an idol of sorts.
Certainly that golden statue of Trump at the CPAC convention was an idol.
Definitely that's an idol.
Yeah, because they definitely view Trump as like, I don't even know. Like a reincarnation of Christ, maybe? I'm not really sure.
It's funny that they think of him as the second coming of Christ, and I think of him as the Antichrist.
I think of him as a dumb fuck.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just,
But if there was going to be an Antichrist, it's definitely him. I mean, the way the Antichrist is described as being somebody who just brings out the worst in everybody and makes people believe the weirdest, dumbest things.
Is that what the Antichrist is described as?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know much about the Antichrist, whole thing other than it's Antichrist.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We should probably do a thing on him.
Yeah, we should do a thing on the Antichrist.
But we probably need to get through the New Testament first so that we can get through the Christy Christ.
The Christy Christ? Okay.
Yeah. Zion hears and rejoices, and the villages of Judah are glad because of your judgments, O Lord. For you, O Lord, are the most high over all the earth. You are exalted, far above all gods.
Far above.
You know all those gods that exist?
Yeah, you're the highest one.
He's the biggest of them. He's the meanest. He's the tallest. His dick is certainly the largest.
Yeah.
He spits further. He pees further. He's the best of all of them.
Right. I don't know. He kind of operates like a god that has Napoleon syndrome.
Ooh, so he's either short or small D, huh? This god's bringing small D energy.
I'm just saying.
Yep. Let those who love the Lord hate evil, for he guards the lives of his faithful ones and delivers them from the hand of the wicked. Light is shed upon the righteous, and joy on the upright in heart. Rejoice in the Lord, you who are righteous, and praise his holy name. All right.
Okay.
Psalm 97 notes.
Yeah.
This is the Lord's dominion and power. And it starts, the Lord is King. This is a hymn psalm, and the Jerusalem Bible calls it an eschatological hymn.
Okay.
I'm like, wait, I know the word eschatology, but I don't remember what it means. So yes, I did look it up for us.
Right.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Eschatology concerns expectations of the end of the present age, human history, or the world itself. So, AKA the end
End times, yeah. The
yeah.
end is nigh.
Right, exactly. Psalm 97 foreshadows the Messianic era when God will reign supreme over the earth. Its verses reference God's sovereignty, his enactment of justice, and the widespread rejoicing that will ensue.
Okay.
So in verse 8, where it says Zion is Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Or no, in verse 8 where it says Zion, like Zion hears and rejoices.
Yeah.
That's Jerusalem.
Right.
And when it talks about the daughters of Judah, that's the other towns in Judah.
That's kind of what I figured. But...
Okay. So that are That are my notes.
That's Psalm 97.
That's Psalms 97.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're moving into 98.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Sing to the Lord a new song. Oh, this is a psalm.
Psalm.
It's a psalm.
Psalm.
It's not a song.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sing to the Lord a new song, for he has done marvelous things. His right hand and his holy arm have worked salvation for him.
Oh, now he's got a holy arm and a right hand. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. The Lord has made his salvation known and revealed his righteousness to the nations. He has remembered his love and his faithfulness to the house of Israel. All the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of our God. Shout for joy to the Lord, all the earth. Burst into jubilant song with music. Make music to the Lord with the harp and the sound of singing.
Harps are so out of fashion these days.
I don't understand why. I love harps. Like, isn't the harp just an amazing...
I mean, it sounds, it's really cool.
Yeah.
But it is definitely out of fashion.
It is, but it shouldn't be.
Yeah, you think?
I think it shouldn't be.
That should be like, they should get into pop music somewhere. Like someone should bring a harp in.
Yeah.
That'd be one of those like, they used a harp.
They used a harp. Holy fuck.
That'd be really cool.
I mean, I like some songs that use the mandolin.
Yeah.
Like the...
yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Right.
I really like the mandolin, but that's not a harp.
Maybe somebody could like pitch themselves as like a hip hop harpist.
A hip hop harpist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like that. With trumpets and the blast of the ram's horn, shout for joy before the Lord, the King. Let the sea resound and everything in it, the world and all who live in it. Let the rivers clap their hands. Just clap your hands.
Yeah.
Let the mountains sing together for joy. Let them sing before the Lord, for he comes to judge the earth. He will judge the world in righteousness and the peoples with equity.
There's a lot of inanimate objects in these psalms.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Well, you can see why I didn't mind grouping them together.
Right.
They're all kind of like, sing-a-dee, sing-song, God.
Right.
God sees, and the seas sing to the singing God, and God of the singing.
Right.
Okay, so this is Psalm 98 notes, and this was praise for God's righteousness. It starts, "Oh, sing unto the Lord a new song." This is a hymn psalm and one of the royal psalms praising God as the king of his people.
Mm-hmm.
Psalm 98 has inspired hymns such as Joy to the World. Joy to the world, the Lord is come.
Let earth receive his King.
Let every heart. Do you not know the words? Room, let heaven and nature sing. Let heaven and nature sing. Let heaven and nature sing. I'm impressed. Well done. The song was written in 1719 by the English minister and hymn writer Isaac Watts. And the lyrics are a Christian interpretation of Psalm 98, celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ.
Only to be butchered by us on our podcast today.
Right, but to fix that, I have included a link, which we will put in our show notes, to the version of Joy to the World that was sung in the Claymation Christmas special. Yeah,
okay.
because the Claymation Christmas special is just one of my favorites ever.
Got it.
And if you have not watched it, I highly recommend it, especially the one, the scene with the camels that sing We Three Kings of Orient are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that one's the best.
Okay.
Star of wonder, star of bright. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. Okay. Let's see. Psalm 98 describes God's redemption of Israel and the rejoicing that will ensue.
Mm-hmm.
And Andrew Lloyd Webber set the psalm as a coronation anthem for the coronation of Charles III in 2023.
Interesting.
Yeah. This year,
right,
just now when
right.
that just happened.
Right, just recently.
Yeah. So that psalm happened.
Got it.
Okay. So last one here.
That's almost like news.
I know.
That's like relevant right now.
I know. That's why I included it. I was like, I'll copy paste you into my little notepad there.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so Psalm 99.
Okay.
Guess what?
What?
The Lord reigns.
Does he reign?
He reigns.
Okay.
Let the nations tremble. He sits enthroned between the cherubim.
There he goes on that ark.
Let the earth shake. Great is the Lord in Zion. He is exalted all over the nations. I'm sorry, over all the nations. Yeah, all over. Let them praise your great and awesome name. He is holy. The King is mighty. He loves justice. You have established...
I love justice so much. It's the best thing ever. I love it. It's just nothing better than the justice.
You know the justice that we have?
That justice.
I love it.
It's good stuff.
I'm just oozing with justice. You have established equity. In Jacob, you have done what is just and right. Exalt the Lord our God and worship at his footstool. He is holy.
Okay.
Remember that footstool?
Yeah, I was going to say, where did this footstool come from?
Mm-hmm. Moses and Aaron were among his priests. Samuel was among those who called on his name.
Mm-hmm.
They called on the Lord and he answered them. He spoke to them from the pillar of cloud. They kept his statutes and the decrees he gave them. O Lord our God, you answered them. You were to Israel a forgiving God, though you punished their misdeeds. Exalt the Lord our God and worship at his holy mountain, for the Lord our God is holy.
He's holy something.
That's it for that.
That's it for that.
That's it for that.
But notes.
And now we are getting into Psalm 99 notes.
Right.
This was the Lord's faithfulness to Israel and is a psalm of David.
Okay.
It starts, the Lord reigneth.
He reigneth.
Mm-hmm, he does. This is the last of the set of additional royal psalms, which were Psalms 93 through 99. And remember, I think there was one earlier. I want to say it was like 53 or something like that.
Okay.
And we were like, why didn't that go with those?
Sure.
Ugh.
Yeah.
In which they were praising God as the king of his people.
Okay.
This psalm is also the last of the enthronement psalms, which were Psalms 47, 93, and 96 through 99.
Okay.
Psalm 99 is unique in naming Moses, Aaron, and Samuel, the three great intercessors.
Okay.
And featuring the threefold holy in verses 3, 5, and 9.
Got it.
Okay?
Yeah.
It's been linked to the restoration of Israel following the return from Babylon.
Okay.
And in verse 5, God's footstool may allude to any of the following.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
The ark, based on 1 Chronicles chapter 28.
Okay.
The temple, or Zion/Jerusalem, based on Lamentations chapter 2.
Okay.
Or the whole daggone earth, based on Isaiah chapter 66.
That's it. We're not referring to earth as earth anymore. It's God's footstool.
God's footstool.
That's so much better.
I refer to Texas as God's asshole or armpit, depending on
yeah.
my mood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I just like the idea that God's got his foot, like on us and
he does.
squashing us because
Definitely America, United States.
Well, I mean, I don't think the whole rest of the world's faring a whole lot better.
No, that's true.
So, at least not the majority of it.
Verses 5 and 9, which let me reopen the book that I slammed shut. Okay, verses 5 and what did I say? 9. So 5 is exhort the Lord our God and worship at his footstool. He is holy. And then 9 is exalt the Lord our God and worship at his holy mountain, for the Lord our God is holy.
Okay.
So you can see how those two kind of go together.
Yeah.
They are recited by the congregation when the Torah scroll is taken out of the ark. And I was like, the fuck is a Torah scroll? And what do you mean ark? What is happening? What's going on? So obviously I had to look those up.
Right? Yeah.
This is how we rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the Torah scroll is a handwritten copy of the Torah, meaning the first 5 books, or the 5 books of Moses, which are the first 5 books of the Hebrew Bible.
Sure, and they used to be with the ark, according to the Bible.
Mm-hmm. So the Torah scroll is the handwritten copy of those 5 books.
Okay.
And that would hurt my hand. Okay? The Torah scroll, handwritten.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Handwritten.
Yeah,
5 books.
I got
Ouch.
You. Sorry,
You were looking at me like, what? Yeah, handwritten.
Right,
no way.
Right.
The Torah scroll is mainly used in the ritual of Torah reading during Jewish prayers. And at other times, it is stored in the holiest spot within a synagogue, which is the Torah Ark. And it's usually an ornate, curtained-off cabinet or section of the synagogue built along the wall that most closely faces Jerusalem, which is the direction Jews face when praying.
Interesting.
The Torah Ark is also known as the Ark of Law, which makes sense because Torah means law.
Right.
So that is it for 99.
Okay. Well, that was all we got, I guess, then.
Mm-hmm.
And that being said, we will see you guys tomorrow when we will be back with
Psalms 100, 101, and 102. Obviously, I haven't done my notes yet, so that's tentative, assuming that I don't need to split things up in a weird way.
Right. All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yep.
Bye.
Husband!
Wife!
Do you not remember where we're at? Because we're in Psalms!
Well, I remember we just finished Psalm 99, which puts us to 100.
I know.
We're going to have 100 Psalms done, more than 100 Psalms done after today.
Yes,
That's pretty
true.
cool.
That is correct.
Yeah.
That is cool.
The content of what we covered last time, not as exciting to me as the 100th Psalm.
Correct.
So that's what I'm going to go with here.
Psalms suck.
Psalms suck.
And they talk about, like, God is great. Oh, why is he taking so long? He's my rock.
Fortress.
Refuge,
Salvation.
Refuge.
Yeah, those things.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we did 96, 97, 98, and 99 last time.
That is correct. Good on you.
Yeah, and today we will be covering...
we're only covering 2 today for reasons.
For reasons, eh?
Mm-hmm. Today we are covering Psalms 100 and 101.
Okay, well, let's get into this.
Okie dokie. All right, jumping into Psalm 100.
100.
It's a psalm.
It's a psalm.
It's for giving thanks.
Thanksgiving psalm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. Do you know what I'm singing?
You're singing some 80s theme song to a show, which I can't recall at the moment.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
Oh my God. It's Golden Girls.
Oh my gosh, I should have got that one.
You hate yourself right now, don't you?
A little bit.
You should.
Yeah.
You really should. Oh my God. That one hurts me.
Yep.
That one hurts me.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Shout for joy to the Lord, all the earth.
I'm going to shout out for Betty White right now. Because Betty White.
Yeah. Worship the Lord with gladness.
I will not.
No. With fear. You're supposed to worship him with fear, remember?
I also will not.
Right. But that's what they really want. They say gladness, but what they mean is fear.
Yeah.
Come before him with joyful songs. Know that the Lord is God. It is he who made us, and we are his. We are his people, the sheep of his pastures. Bah.
If you know, know that Lord is God, right? It's just kind of, if you believe in God, right, or the Lord, wouldn't you know that Lord is God? Is that in question?
God
in some
is
manner?
Lord is God. Well, I think okay, I always wondered that. Like, what do you mean God is Lord? Like, that doesn't that go without saying? But I think what we have here is a failure in translation.
Okay.
Because I think that it has more to do with like God is Lord, or
so like there's other gods,
yeah,
even according to their own text.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, I'm not saying there are other gods.
No,
There's not.
No. In canon.
But in canon, there are other gods, right?
Yeah.
So God is Lord means something maybe more than that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Like, they're saying Yahweh, Elohim, this one is
Lord,
master of all of, because remember the word master was used also.
This dude's in charge, man.
Yes.
He's the one.
It's less that A is A and B is B and C is C and so forth. Like, when we're using these words, they're synonymous. But when they use them, they were not synonymous.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Our capital G God is so much better than your lower G gods.
Yes, there it is, right there. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, we are the sheep of his pasture.
Okay.
Okay. Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. His tennis courts, basketball courts. What kind of courts you got here? Give thanks to him and praise his name. For the Lord is good. That's questionable. And his love endures forever.
Unless it doesn't.
Right.
Then he kills everybody.
It does, but when it doesn't.
Right.
You know? Yeah. His faithfulness continues through all generations. I call bullshit. The end.
Yeah. I mean, right.
That's the end of that one.
Okay.
It was a
really short.
Yeah. Psalm 100 notes. This was an exhortation to thanksgiving or jubilate.
Oh, jubilate, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a verb that goes along with the noun jubilation.
I'm gonna jubilate.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Like I'm jubilating.
That's how I say we should when we're going to a party and we're like, hey, let's go jubilate.
Yeah. Or, hey, we are going to be jubilating this weekend. Would you like to join us?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
Should incorporate that in our lexicon now.
Jubilate to you. Jubilate. Lexicon.
Yeah.
Dictionary.
Okay. Just making sure. Yeah.
Vernacular.
Yeah. Right. It just didn't sound right in my head for some reason. I don't know.
You're fine. But I was singing Happy Jubilate.
You were, but you should be careful with that because the actual song that you were ripping off of there is like heavily, they don't let you sing that even in like restaurants that you have to pay like.
Yeah, but I read that like either that's over with now or that was a false thing to begin with. I'm just not worried about it. Anyways, is it the tune or the words? Because I was singing like.
But we ain't rich, so we shouldn't
Fuck off with your happy
test
birthday
them with their happy
owning
birthday
that
shit.
song. Fuck you. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Seriously, whoever owns the rights to that,
they need to get up off it.
If you come after me, like this is sung across America anyway, United States at every birthday party. And if you show up at my house demanding dollars for it, I'm just going to laugh at you because I ain't got no dollars for one thing. And for another thing, just get the fuck out of here with that nonsense.
Right.
I'm not trying to hear that noise.
Yeah.
Anyway, this psalm starts, make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands.
We're in 10. Oh, wait, no, you're talking about 100 still, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, we got sidetracked there for a while.
You did.
Yeah.
This is a hymn psalm, a song for a specific Thanksgiving sacrifice in Solomon's temple made in order to fulfill a vow.
I see. Okay.
So you're like, I promise XYZ, and then you say Psalm 100, and then that means you're good. It's golden. It's written in stone then.
I see.
Okay. Although only Psalm 90 is directly attributed to Moses, it is conventional Jewish doctrine that Moses composed all of Psalms 90 to 100. Just so you know.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Except for I thought Adam did one of those. So who fucking knows?
Yeah.
Because of its text and its subject, this psalm is still one of the most important liturgical chants.
Right.
During the celebration of the Jubilee every 25 years in Rome.
I see.
Right? Remember the Jubilee?
I thought the Jubilee was every 7 years.
But then there's the big Jubilee.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
There's the Jubilee every 7 years, but then there's the jubilating Jubilee. The jubilation Jubilee.
All right.
The Jubtastic.
They're going to jubilate.
They are jubilating all over the place.
Yeah.
Ew. Okay, so now we are getting into, I'm sorry, not psalm. That's only notes.
Right.
This is Psalm actual.
Mm-hmm.
Psalm 101. It is of David.
David.
Guess what?
It's a psalm.
It's a psalm. You're reading over my shoulder again.
Yeah, sorry, it was right there.
No, you can't do it.
Okay,
so this Psalm 101 is a psalm.
Yeah.
Period. Okay.
Psalm is a psalm is a psalm.
It's psalms all the way down. I will sing of your love and justice. To you, O Lord, I will sing praise. I will be careful to lead a blameless life. When will you come to me? I will walk in my house with blameless heart. I will set before my eyes no vile thing. Move, black cat, get out the way.
Says David, who said a few things before his eyes, as I recall.
Oh, one of them was some naked, beautiful women.
Yeah, right.
Yep. The deeds of faithless men I hate. Oh, do you, David? Fuck off.
Yeah, right?
They will not cling to me. Men of perverse heart shall be far from me. I will have nothing to do with evil.
I have a really hard
Bullshit.
time listening to this bullshit from David.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even though I don't really believe David wrote this in my, maybe he did. What I don't
Who
fucking know.
cares?
Don't really care. It doesn't matter. But he was such a schmuck.
Yeah.
He really was. He was a schmuck. I mean, like, they want to make him sound better than he was.
Right.
But he fucking got somebody killed because he wanted to fuck his wife.
Oh, that was Solomon, wasn't it?
No, that was David.
I always get those two mixed. No, you're right. Solomon was David's son via Bathsheba, right?
I believe that is correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm almost positive that's true.
Okay.
I could be wrong. Whatever. Who cares? I see what you're saying, though.
Right.
Yeah, he was an ass.
Every time I hear him say all this crap
I
about...
hate bad guys except for me.
I'm like, you were a bad guy.
Yeah. You suck. Whoever slanders his neighbor in secret, oh, wow, him will I put to silence. Oh, I didn't see you killing yourself there, buddy.
Right.
Whoever has haughty eyes and a proud heart, him will I not endure. Okay, then. My eyes will be on the faithful in the land, except for that hot chick over there with the oil all over her body. That they may dwell with me. He whose walk is blameless will minister to me.
Okay.
No one who practices deceit, except for me, will dwell in my house. No one who speaks falsely, except for me, will stand in my presence. Every morning I will put to silence all the wicked land, except for me. I will cut off every evildoer, except for me, from the city of the Lord.
I thought he was going to cut off their foreskins.
Yeah, probably that too.
Because he was also the one that cut the foreskins off to buy his wife.
Yep.
Michael.
Yep. He was like, you want this many? Ha! I'll get that many.
Right.
So ridiculous. Okay, Psalm 101 notes. This was a pledge to live righteously. And it starts, I will sing of mercy and judgment.
Mercy and judgment. It just doesn't seem to flow together very well.
No.
So
it really doesn't. This psalm is attributed to David and provides warnings for the wicked while explaining the benefits the righteous will reap. It is believed that David provides a good a good example here of both a good magistrate and a good master of a family. Which family?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so that's that.
He had so many wives too.
I hate him.
It was ridiculous.
I hate him so much.
Yeah.
And the chronicler made me hate him more.
Right.
Because, ew.
Because he was all like, yeah, he loved David so much. And I'm like, why? He was not that good.
It was really not that good.
Yeah.
It's not that he was so much worse than anybody else we read. It's just that there was so much of him, and then, like, we're supposed to love him.
The chronicler was like the Fox News version of David.
Oh, my God.
Because they totally left out all the bad shit. And I'm like, we just read about this.
Yeah.
Like, just read about it.
Yeah.
And you're leaving all this shit. Like, how do you, why? I don't get it.
Because dum-dums don't follow up and read the links.
I guess. Yeah.
Well, that's the end of that.
All right. Well, that was Psalms chapters 100 and 101.
Correct.
And tomorrow we will be back probably with
102, 103, and 104. That's a definite.
Okay. I recall some other thing popping in here soon too.
Yes. When we hit 105, we will pause and go back in time for a minute. And we will read 78, 105, and 106.
Oh, and I do want to cover, I want to cover one more thing here because, oh no, it's not tomorrow. The next day. So, no, never mind. We don't have an episode. We got a wedding to go to this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just thinking that we might screw up and not do an episode because drunk or something, you know.
Right.
So,
yeah, that could happen.
But I think that the wedding falls on the day that we don't necessarily. No, we do. So Sunday's episode, whatever that would be, which would be maybe a book club, might come out late.
Yeah.
I'm just giving some pre-warning right now based on, possibilities.
The wedding is on the 8th. So whatever day that is,
the day after
yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be tentative.
We probably won't record that night.
We might just take a weekend off this weekend.
I think we'll probably take a weekend off.
Yeah.
Because we're not ones to plan ahead.
Right.
So working ahead is pretty much out.
Yeah, no, we aren't going to work ahead.
No.
So we might just skip our book club this weekend.
Yeah, I think we might.
I'm just kind of working through this in my head right now.
I noticed that because you were like, huh?
Right.
Me?
Well, I mean, and we're letting our listeners know at the same time, you know.
Well, just to reiterate, though, tomorrow we'll be covering 102, 103, and 104.
Yeah.
And then the day after that will be number 78, 105, and 106, which will finish up book 4.
But they're going to have to wait till Monday for that because tomorrow is Friday.
Right. I'm just letting you know that we have 2 episodes, basically.
Right.
Wherever those fall.
We'll be finishing book 4.
And we'll be finishing book 4 of Psalms.
Awesome.
Okay?
Yeah.
Then we'll be into the last book of Psalms.
Sweet.
Thank God. So to speak.
Yeah, no.
No, not at all.
Right. All right, guys. We're going to get out of here and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yep. Bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.